The lights backstage flickered as two of reality TV's fiercest personalities locked eyes. Rasheeda and Karlie. Fans are shocked to learn that a hidden camera captured every tense moment just minutes before the finale. Whispers spread that Rasheeda stormed behind the curtain, demanding answers for the latest rumors swirling around Karlie's late-night meet. Emotions ran high as accusations flew, voices trembling with fury, hands flying, and silence so thick it almost drowned out the distant cheers from the live audience. The family was left divided when members of Rasheeda's inner circle rushed in, trying to intervene, while Karlie's supporters held their breath, wondering if this was a stunt or the real deal. In the chaos, a jar of hair gloss shattered on the floor, and a sharp exchange echoed off the dressing room walls. Was Rasheeda confronting Karlie about loyalty, or was old resentment finally boiling over? As security closed in, the camera kept rolling, capturing every betrayed glance and furious outburst. Loyalties will be tested, alliances questioned, and the truth behind this explosive encounter will leave you guessing until the very end. Buckle up, because this confrontation is just the beginning of the drama unfolding backstage. The dressing room was a flurry of activity as stylists applied the final touches and assistants darted back and forth with last-minute props. Karlie Red sat on the vanity stool, smoothing her costume's sequined bodice, unaware of the storm brewing just beyond the curtain. Outside, Rasheeda's heels clicked against the concrete floor with furious rhythm, each step echoing through the backstage corridors. The hidden camera, smugly perched atop a makeup cart, captured the thunder in her stride. Fans are shocked to imagine Rasheeda, queen of composure, charging in like a tempest about to break. Karlie's fingers froze mid-brushstroke when she heard the door slam open. The whole room jolted as Rasheeda filled the doorway, breath heavy, eyes blazing. "You think you can just waltz in here and pretend nothing happened?" Rasheeda's voice trembled with a mixture of rage and hurt. Karlie blinked, confusion and fear warring on her face. "I have no idea what you're talking about," she replied, tone cautious. Emotions ran high in that charged moment. Every stylist halted, every assistant held their breath, and even the air seemed to shudder. Rasheeda advanced, each word a sharpened arrow. "Don't play dumb, Karlie. I saw the texts. I heard the whispers. You were backstage with Kirk, and now you're smiling like there's no betrayal." Karlie's hand flew to her chest. "Kirk? What betrayal? You know how rumors spread." Before she could finish, Rasheeda slammed a manicured fist on the counter, rattling makeup jars. "Oh, I know how rumors spread. I know how loyalty crumbles." The family was left divided when members of Rasheeda's entourage sprang forward. Monique, her longtime stylist, and Tasha, her fierce security lead. They formed a protective barrier around Rasheeda, ready to clash with Karlie's camp. Karlie's backup arrived in an instant. Her assistant Jade and makeup artist Melissa. Jade stepped between them, voice firm yet fearful. "Ladies, please, let's not do this now." But Rasheeda shoved Jade aside, and the stylists gasped. "I won't be silenced," Rasheeda hissed, advance unbroken. Karlie rose from her seat, heel digging into the plush carpet. "You're blowing this out of proportion. Kirk was just getting his costume fixed." Rasheeda's laugh was bitter, echoing across the mirrors. Just getting his costume fixed. Or just making out in the supply closet. Whispers rippled through the room. Assistants exchanging wide-eyed glances. A stylist accidentally knocked over a jar of hair gloss, and it shattered on the floor, sending glistening pink shards across the carpet like broken promises. The soft thunk of shattered plastic amplified the tension. "Great," Karlie muttered, stepping back. "Now you've destroyed my favorite gloss." But Rasheeda was beyond caring about makeup. She leaned in, so close Karlie could see the storm in her green eyes. "You knew exactly how to get under my skin. You fed him lines about betrayal. You whispered in his ear that I was too busy for him." Karlie recoiled as if struck. "I never said those things," she protested, voice cracking. The hidden camera caught every quiver. Suddenly, a new voice cut through, that of Security Chief Marcus, voice calm but authoritative. "Enough." He stepped in, arms out to separate the two women. "We can't have a brawl minutes before the finale." Rasheeda recoiled, glares ricocheting between Marcus and Karlie. "You can't stop me," she said, breath ragged. "I need answers." Karlie crossed her arms, digging in her heels. "I have nothing to answer for." The air crackled too. Queens of drama locked in a standoff backstage. Every ounce of loyalty and pride on the line. Meanwhile, in the wings, other contestants whispered among themselves. "Did you see that? One muttered, "I've never seen Rasheeda like that." Another shook her head. This is going to be the finale to remember. Fans are shocked to learn that chaos backstage rivaled any onstage performance. The producers, scrambling to maintain order, sent assistant director Leela to intervene. She approached calmly, voice steady. "Rasheeda, Karlie, we need you ready in 10 minutes. Rasheeda's chest heaved as she glared down at Leela. "You want cooperation? Bring him out, hear him, and every rumor he ever started." Leela's face drained of color. "We can't," but Karlie interjected. "Rasheeda, this is ridiculous." Karlie took a deep breath, trying to coax calm into the storm. "We both have to go on stage. If we ruin the show, everyone loses." Happiness and fury warred on Rasheeda's face. She closed her eyes, jaw clenched, then exhaled. "Fine," she spat, "but this isn't over." She stormed past Marcus, flinging open the door. Karlie watched her go, lip trembling. Assistants rushed to clean the broken hair gloss as whispers of betrayal and backstage feud rippled through the crew. With Rasheeda gone, Karlie sank into a makeup chair, tears threatening. Jade patted her shoulder. "You okay?" Karlie shook her head. "I just want this night to be done." The family was left divided in secret alliances. Some backstage crew members sided with Rasheeda, believing her claims of disloyalty. Others stood by Karlie, chalking it up to jealousy and scare tactics. In the stillness, Karlie's phone buzzed with message notifications, fans speculating, reporters hungry for quotes, and one ominous text. "I have the footage." Karlie's heart sank. While Karlie recovered, Rasheeda marched through the labyrinth of corridors, anger fueling her stride. She punched a locker open, yanked out her performance shoes, and muttered through clenched teeth, "I can't believe she'd do this. After everything I've done for her." Monique caught up, placing a gentle hand on Rasheeda's arm. "Take a breath, queen. We'll sort this out after the show." Rasheeda nodded curtly, mascara streaking. "We will, and she pay." Emotions ran high as she turned, heading toward the green room where other guest stars waited. She forced on a smile, the cameras capturing her composure. Back in Karlie's corner, Melissa dabbed at her eyes with a tissue. "You know, sometimes these rumors are just distractions." Karlie stared into the mirror, voice small. "Distractions? From what?" Jade hesitated. "Maybe from what's really happening with him, and you." Karlie's breath caught. "What do you mean?" Jade lowered her eyes. "I don't know, but something's off. Fans are shocked by his secret texts to you." Karlie's mind spun with betrayal and confusion. Was it really about Rasheeda, or was there a deeper deception at play? The intercom crackled. Karlie read, "5 minutes to stage." Karlie inhaled, steeling herself. She stood, smoothing her dress. "I have to go." Jade squeezed her hand. "I've got your back." Outside, the roar of the audience swelled, a tidal wave of applause for the stars about to perform. Karlie squared her shoulders and stepped toward the curtain. Backstage whispers followed her. Will she confront him on stage? Is Rasheeda about to storm the finale? The hidden camera hovered, ready to capture every twist, as Karlie slipped behind the velvet drape. She caught a glimpse of Rasheeda on the opposite wing, adjusting her mic with laser focus. Their eyes met for a heartbeat, no words, but a storm of accusation and pain passed between them. Then Rasheeda turned away, gloved hand pressed to her forehead. Karlie exhaled, heart pounding. The stage lights flared, and with that, reality blurred into performance. The clock ticked toward their moment in the spotlight, but the backstage war was far from over. Part 2 starts here. The roar of the crowd faded as Karlie's final note lingered in the air. But backstage the tension was only beginning to crackle. And fans had witnessed a flawless encore. Yet just behind the curtain, Karlie pressed her hand to the cool wall, pulse racing. Rasheeda paused in the dimly lit corridor, adjusting her mic pack, jaw clenched. Neither spoke at first, the weight of unspoken words hanging heavy between them. "We need to talk," Karlie finally whispered, stepping closer. Her sequins caught the faint glow of exit signs, scattering pinpricks of light. Rasheeda's gaze flicked up, green eyes hard. "You wanted to talk," she said flatly. "So talk." The air felt electric, as if the hidden camera's lens were a third presence, capturing every tremor. Karlie exhaled, voice low. "Why did you accuse me of betraying you?" Rasheeda's lips tightened. "Because I saw the way he looked at you," she spat. "The way Kirk touched your arm when he fixed your headset." Karlie's chest tightened. "That was professional courtesy. You saw friendship. I saw suspicion." Rasheeda's laugh was bitter. Since when does friendship involve whispered promises in empty rooms? Karlie recoiled as if struck. You're twisting reality. In that moment, the corridors overhead, speaker crackled. Ladies, please move to the after-party set. Their assistant Jade emerged, clipboard in hand, urging calm. You two need to be on stage in 5 minutes. Rasheeda glared at Jade, then at Karlie. We're not ready. Karlie rubbed her temples. We need to clear this now. Jade held up a hand. Clear it later. Right now, just perform. They paused, the choice slipping toward spectacle over resolution. Behind them, crew members whispered, are they really going to do it? I thought backstage drama was fake. A camera operator adjusted the hidden camera, zooming in, the offstage audio feed crackled, ready to broadcast any slip to the livestream. Fans are shocked that this private meltdown might go public in real time. Rasheeda turned on her heel, strides purposeful. Fine, she muttered, we talk. There. She led Karlie down a narrow hallway toward the glittering after-party stage. The thrum of bass and chatter seeped through walls as they walked, every step a trial. Karlie followed, heart pounding, mind racing through every possible outcome. At the after-party set, purple and gold lights washed over plush velvet lounges and a crystal chandelier. Hosts milled about, sipping champagne, oblivious to the storm. Backstage, Karlie and Rasheeda slipped past them, disappearing behind a pillar. There, in a hush away from prying eyes, they faced each other again. You humiliated me in front of everyone, Rasheeda hissed. You nearly destroyed my reputation. Karlie's voice cracked. I didn't want to humiliate you. I wanted you to see we can work together without drama. Rasheeda's shoulders trembled. Do you even understand how hurt I was? Karlie stepped closer, gaze softening. Help me understand. Then, Rasheeda swallowed hard, looking away. I've sacrificed so much for this family, for this show, and you come along thinking you can waltz in and steal my thunder. Karlie's eyes widened. I never wanted your thunder. I wanted collaboration. Their words tumbled out in halting bursts, each confession exposing raw nerves. Karlie closed the distance. I admired you first. I watched you command this stage. But you shut me out. Rasheeda's breath caught. I was scared you'd replace me. Karlie reached out, fingertips brushing Rasheeda's arm. I could never replace you. I wanted to stand beside you. Rasheeda's eyes glistened. Then why doubt me? Karlie's voice was gentle. Because we never talked until everything exploded. As their voices softened, a sudden crash echoed from the main stage. Someone had tripped over a cable. Hosts and guests turned, cameras swiveling. Panic flared in Rasheeda's eyes. We can't be seen fighting, she whispered. Karlie nodded, relief and regret mingling. We finish this later. They straightened, smoothing dresses and tossing hair back into place. A practiced perfection masking their turmoil. Just then host Derek approached, mic in hand. Ladies, we're back in 5 for the group toast. He winked at Karlie and Rasheeda. Ready? They exchanged a look and unspoken promise to stand united at least for the cameras. Ready? Karlie breathed. Rasheeda gave a curt nod. They joined the line on stage, side by side, and the after-party cameras whirred to life. Champagne glasses clinked, laughter rippled, but behind the polished smiles, their hearts pounded in tandem. The hidden camera, now unobtrusive beside a potted orchid, captured their subtle glances each, a testament to the fragile peace they'd forged. As the toast began, Derek raised his glass. To the queens of the night, may your friendship be as dazzling as your talents. The crowd cheered. Karlie and Rasheeda exchanged a stiff smile, toasting reluctantly. Cameras flashed, streaming live. Fans are shocked by the veneer of harmony. They had no idea of the storm that raged inches away. After the toast, the set cleared, allowing Karlie and Rasheeda to slip away again. They found sanctuary in a secluded lounge, plush chairs inviting them to sit. The air was heavy with perfume and tension. Karlie inhaled, voice quiet. We can't keep doing this. Backstage confrontations, public facades. It's tearing us apart. Rasheeda's gaze softened. Then let's make a truce. Karlie hesitated, then nodded. I propose we share the spotlight, no more secrets. Rasheeda offered a half smile. And if rumors swirl, we face them together. Karlie extended her hand. Rasheeda took it, squeezing firmly. Their pact felt like a lifeline in a sea of chaos. Yet as they released hands, Karlie's phone buzzed. She glanced down, a DM notification from an anonymous gossip account. I have the raw footage. Want to see your real face? Her stomach dropped. Rasheeda saw the screen. "Don't open it." Karlie deleted the message. "No more games." Rasheeda nodded, determination flaring. "We run our own narrative." They rose, shoulders squared, ready to face the rest of the night, hand in hand. Yet in the shadows, the hidden camera's feed flickered, transmitting their every move to the production office. The director watched on screens, eyes widening. "We've got gold," he muttered. "This is the drama we've been waiting for." He cued the clip for tomorrow's blooper reel, a taste of backstage chaos to ignite the rumor mill anew. As the after-party wound down, Karlie and Rasheeda took final bows for the cameras, unity shining through practiced smiles. Once the lights dimmed, they slipped backstage one last time, hearts lighter yet wary. The corridor stretched before them, no longer a battleground, but a path they would walk together. Eyes open to the dangers of rumors and hidden cameras. As they disappeared into the wings, the faint hum of late-night applause drifted in, a reminder that their world thrived on spectacle. Yet in that quiet moment, they knew the true performance, their newly forged alliance had only just begun. Part 3 starts. Harass. The final echoes of the afterparty faded into the night. Karlie and Rasheeda made their way back to the cramped production office, where small monitors flickered with the evening's backstage footage. Emotions ran high as they watched themselves on screen to queens of drama, raw and unfiltered, their pact sealed just hours before. Fans are shocked to know that the video of their private reconciliation was already circulating on staff WhatsApp groups. The hidden camera, meant only for internal review, had become the catalyst for a new wave of speculation. "They leaked it," Rasheeda murmured, voice thick with betrayal. Karlie's heart sank. "But why?" she whispered, pressing pause. The image on the screen froze on their hands clasped in solidarity. "Someone wants to profit from our pain," Karlie said, eyes narrowing. They leaned closer to examine the timestamp watermark. The leak had occurred less than 30 minutes ago, right after their truce. Their shared glance spoke of fury and hurt. Behind them, Assistant Director Leela entered, eyes wide. "I'm so sorry," she stammered. "It was supposed to be secure. I thought the footage was only for rehearsals." Rasheeda whirled on her. "Safe for rehearsals, not gossip fodder," she snapped. Karlie took a deep breath. "We need to find out who did this, and fast." Leela swallowed. "I'll check the access logs. Whoever downloaded it left a digital footprint." Rasheeda gave her a grim nod. "Do it. And no one leaves this room until we know the culprit." Moments later, Leela returned with a printed spreadsheet as her name, timestamp, terminal ID. The name Chris appeared next to the download entry, his terminal in the editing suite. Karlie and Rasheeda exchanged glances. Chris was the lead editor, a quiet behind-the-scenes genius. "He wouldn't do this," Karlie said, shaking her head. "Not without a reason." Rasheeda's jaw clenched. "Maybe he's upset at his pay, or someone slid him cash to stir drama." She tore at her hair in frustration. They marched down the narrow corridor to the editing suite, where Chris sat hunched over his workstation, headphones on, oblivious to the approaching storm. Karlie rapped on the frosted glass. Chris looked up, startled. "What's going on?" he asked, removing his headphones. Rasheeda stepped in without waiting. "Why did you leak our private reconciliation to the entire crew?" she demanded. Chris's eyes widened. "I didn't leak anything." Karlie held up the printout. "Your terminal downloaded the file at 12:35 a.m. Explain yourself." Chris ran a hand through his curly hair. I was just reviewing the footage. I thought it was my job." Rasheeda's lip curled. "Reviewing it for what? Personal amusement?" Chris frowned. "No, I just wanted to study your performance, how you handled backstage conflict. It's interesting for my editing notes." Karlie's voice was sharp. "Proof of intent is downloading and forwarding. Did you send it?" Chris shook his head vehemently. "No, but someone could have used my credentials. Multiple passwords have been compromised." Leela shot them a look. "That happens when people share logins." Rasheeda pressed her finger against Chris's chest. "So you're telling us it wasn't you?" Chris nodded, relief and fear mingling. "Yes, I swear. Check the server logs, there are 2 IP addresses. Mine, and 1 external." Karlie exhaled, fury curdling into determination. "Find that IP. Now." Chris blinked, then turned to his screens, fingers flying across the keyboard. They watched as he pulled up security software, tracking the external connection to a masked, remote server. The puzzle pieces clicked. An outside source had breached their Backstage network. Meanwhile, across town, the remote server operator grinned as he monitored the chaos. He sipped cold coffee, elbowing his friend beside him. They're blaming Chris, he chuckled. But the real story is just getting started. His friend nodded, eyes on a different screen showing a live feed of Rasheeda and Karlie storming the editing suite. What's your endgame? The friend asked. Simple, the hacker replied. We monetize their pain. Clip it, post it on gossip sites, watch the ad revenue roll in. Back in the editing suite, Chris traced the IP to a known It masks the origin, he said, frustration creasing his brow. Rasheeda glared at the screen. Great, so we're dealing with a ghost. Karlie's eyes flashed. We need to shut down that server, or at least block it. Lila tapped. On her tablet. I'll alert its security. They'll cut off access to our network. Rasheeda took a slow breath, looking at Karlie. We need a plan B. Karlie nodded. We'll release our own clip-clean footage of our reconciliation. Drown out the leak. Rasheeda's eyes softened. A reverse leak. I like it. They convened around Chris's workstation. We'll upload the clean version to our official channels. Karlie explained. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We hit it at the same time. Rasheeda pulled out her phone. I'll draft the caption. This is how we resolve conflicts face to face, not behind your back. Chris raised a hand. I can add subtitles, slow motion highlights, maybe some background music for effect. Lila nodded. We have 10 minutes before the crew starts sharing the rumor version again. In the hum of screens, they united in purpose. Across the building, whispers of the planned reverse leak spread like wildfire. Assistants reset cameras, makeup artists hovered, but backstage tension lingered. One of Rasheeda's confidants, Monique, whispered to a cameraman, "They're up to something. Keep your lenses ready." The cameraman grinned. This is primetime drama. In the wings, producers huddled over laptops, refreshing feeds, to watch the official clip drop. At exactly 1:15 a.m., the clean footage went live. Karlie's voice opened the video. We promised to stand together. And here's proof. Footage of their hands clasped, their tearful apologies, their shared nod closed the first chapter. Rasheeda followed with her voiceover. We own our story, no scheme or hacker can rewrite it. Chris's editing magic polished every frame. Lila pressed send on Twitter and Instagram. The trio exhaled, bracing for reaction. Almost instantly, notifications exploded. Supporters flooded comments with praise. True queens. You owned the narrative. Fans are shocked at the power move. The clean clip trended under #BackstageTruce. In the control room, the director pumped his fist. This is how we do damage control. The producers beamed. The hacker's version of the leak began to drown beneath. A tidal wave of positive engagement. But the hacker was ready with a counterstrike. Just as the clean clip topped trending charts, he triggered a scheduled release of additional footage, this time a leaked argument between Karlie and her stylist, Melissa, from earlier that evening. The video showed Karlie scolding Melissa for a misplaced hairpin, her tone harsh and unguarded. This is the real Karlie, the hacker boasted on his VIP gossip forum. No more reconciliation fantasy. Fans were shocked again as the clip surfaced. Emotions ran high, and the family was left divided once more between those who saw Karlie's stress as natural and those who viewed it as vindication of the chaos narrative. Rasheeda watched from her phone, fury flaring. He's not done, she growled. Karlie thumbed through comments, devastation creeping in. Why would he pull that? Chris slammed his fist on the desk. Because he has control. Until we dismantle his operation, he'll keep throwing grenades. Lila hurried to a corner, calling it security. They're scrambling to trace the new leak, she reported, but it's mirrored across multiple anonymous servers. Rasheeda's eyes hardened. Then we go public. We confront him directly. In the hacker's lair, the operator smirked as he watched the trio's reaction on his stolen feed. He leaned back, prepping his next upload, a clip of Yandi tipping off Karlie about backstage drama, cutting into Karlie's public image. The friend beside him chuckled. This is gold. We'll have at least 3 more installments before dawn. The hacker nodded, rubbing his hands. And every clip rakes in ad revenue. Crisis equals cash. But back in the production office, Rasheeda was already drafting an email to legal counsel. We have evidence of extortion and unauthorized distribution of private footage. Karlie scrolled through the spreadsheet logs. We have IP traces, timestamps, hacker tools. We build a case. Take him down. Chris added, I'll scrub the servers, lock down every gateway. Lila raised an eyebrow. And we need a press release. Spin this into an expose. Rasheeda's lips curved into a determined smile. We'll call it exposing the anonymous puppet master. As the first light of dawn crept through the windows, the office hummed with renewed purpose. The make-or-break battle against the unseen antagonist had begun. Fans watched along, divided and riveted, as the war for control of the narrative unfolded in real time. The stakes had never been higher. Reclaim the truth, expose the hacker, and protect their reputations. And as they prepared to go public with their legal and journalistic counterattack, they knew one thing for certain: the hidden camera drama was far from over. Part 4 will reveal the final showdown, the hacker's identity, and the ultimate resolution of this backstage war. The pale morning light filtered through the tall windows of the penthouse as Rasheeda, Karlie, and Chris gathered around the sleek conference table, bruised but unbowed. They were armed with evidence: server logs, IP traces, time-stamped files, and a drafted press release. Emotions ran high as they prepared to unveil the hacker's identity to the world. Fans are shocked that behind the glitz and glamour, a digital underworld had conspired to tear them apart. Now, they would strike back with truth. We go live in 10 minutes, Chris reminded, fingers hovering over the keyboard. Rasheeda exhaled, smoothing her outfit, a determined look in her green eyes. Let's make sure we leave no doubt. Karlie nodded, breath steadying. We'll show the footage, the logs, and the real reason for every leak. Chris clicked through slides on his laptop. Our timeline is airtight. Initial backstage feud, the reconciliation clip, the subsequent hacker attacks. It all leads back to one person. Outside, the production elevator doors opened to reveal a small assembly of reporters, camera crews, and curious assistants. They hustled into the living room, where a branded backdrop bore the words Backstage Truth. Rasheeda, Karlie, and Chris took their places behind the podium. The air was thick with anticipation. This press conference would define their legacy. The family was left divided, no more. Now they stood united, under a banner of resilience. A reporter raised her hand. Why now? Why reveal the hacker today? Rasheeda leaned forward, voice calm but fierce. Because we were tired of whispers, half-truths, and manipulated footage. We collected the evidence, traced every breach, and identified the culprit. Today, we end his masquerade. Flashes of light erupted as cameras captured her every word. Karlie added, we will not allow anyone to profit from our pain or distort our friendship. Chris stepped up, voice composed. The hacker used a remote server masked by multiple proxies, but our IT team narrowed it down to an IP originating from a private residence. Subpoenas and forensic analysis revealed that this network belonged to none other than Brendan Taylor, a former junior technician on our production crew. Gasps rippled through the room. Fans are shocked to realize the saboteur had been hiding in plain sight. Tell us more about Brendan, a reporter urged. Karlie took a breath. He was trusted behind the scenes, with access to all our backstage feeds. He used his credentials to download and redistribute private footage. When Chris confronted him, Brendan deleted logs, but our backups captured his every misstep. Rasheeda's eyes narrowed as she continued. He even planted false rumors to keep the scandal alive, hoping to maintain attention and drive ad revenue to his anonymously run gossip site. A murmuring wave passed over the assembled journalists. The story had morphed from backstage brawl to full-blown cybercrime. What consequences does Brendan face? Another reporter asked. Chris gestured to a folder. We filed a lawsuit for extortion, defamation, unauthorized distribution of private content, and breach of privacy. Law enforcement has issued an arrest warrant. We will pursue every legal avenue. Rasheeda nodded. He thought he could hide behind a screen tomorrow. He'll answer for his actions in court. Outside the penthouse, the news ticker on streaming apps erupted. Reality stars expose hacker. Hashtags trended under hashtag Backstage Truth and Who's to See. Social media flooded with praise. We stand with you. You crushed him, with facts. Some skeptics remained, but the majority rallied behind their heroes. The press conference's momentum built an ironclad narrative. They were victims turned victors later. In a quiet corridor, Karlie and Rasheeda embraced. We did it, Karlie whispered, voice trembling. Rasheeda held her tight. We reclaimed our story. Chris watched, satisfaction and relief mingling in his eyes. But as they celebrated, A producer tapped Chris on the shoulder with fresh intel, a potential leak of Brendan's hidden confession, recorded before his arrest. The hacker had one final ace up his sleeve. Moments later, the small team huddled in Chris's editing suite. On the screen played a shadowy video, Brendan's voice, desperate and wounded, offering to reveal damaging secrets about other cast members if given immunity. "You have no idea what I know," he snarled, "about Yandi's hush money, Karlie's secret romance, and Rasheeda's hidden debts." The trio stared in horror as the clip ended. The hacker was going down, but in his downfall he threatened to drag everyone into a deeper scandal. "This is a new crisis," Rasheeda said, voice tight. "We expose him, and he exposes us." Karlie's brow furrowed. "We can't let that happen. We need to preemptively release a statement addressing each claim, deny what's false, own what we must, and refuse to be blackmailed." Chris nodded. "I'll edit a rebuttal video, side by side the confession with our actual evidence. We control the narrative again." The tension returned, but so did their unity. In the days that followed, the team worked around the clock. Rasheeda recorded a candid sit-down addressing her finances. Karlie posted a heartfelt message about her personal life. Chris published detailed forensic reports. Every new rumor Brendan tried to spin was met with an immediate, transparent response. Fans watched the saga unfold in real time. Emotions ran high as they debated truth versus rumor. But the star's unwavering honesty gradually won the day. The day of Brendan's arrest arrived with dramatic flair. Police cars surrounded his modest apartment, flashing lights painting the walls in blue and red. Reporters clamored for a glimpse, but the team had arranged exclusive coverage. Rasheeda and Karlie stood together outside the precinct, flanked by their legal counsel. When Brendan emerged in handcuffs, cameras caught his slump of defeat. A final twist played out live. Brendan looked directly at the cameras and mouthed a single word: "Forgive," before being led away. Back at the penthouse, Karlie and Rasheeda debriefed with silk pajamas replacing sequins. They laughed, cried, and shared a bottle of champagne. "We survived every blow," Karlie toasted. Rasheeda clinked glasses. "And we'll survive anything else thrown our way." The family was no longer divided. They had faced the darkest backstage chaos and emerged stronger, but as they celebrated, a new text popped up on Rasheeda's phone. It was from an unknown number. "The real mastermind is still out there. Watch your backs." Their smiles faltered. The drama had reached its endgame, but the game itself was far from over. And with that chilling reminder, they realized that in the world of reality TV, the next storm was always just one rumor away. And so the cameras have stopped rolling on the biggest backstage showdown you've ever witnessed, and now it's your turn to weigh in. Did Rasheeda and Karlie prove that even the fiercest rivals can forge an unbreakable bond under pressure? Or do you think old wounds still linger beneath their triumphant smiles? Fans are shocked by every twist, from shattered hair gloss to hacked camera feeds, and emotions ran high as loyalties were tested in the wings. Now the family stands united, but you know there's always another twist waiting to erupt off stage. What's your take on the hidden camera footage? Who handled the heat better, Rasheeda's fiery confrontation or Karlie's cool-headed comeback? Is there more drama lurking behind the curtains? Or have these reality queens finally found truce? Drop your hottest theories in the comments. Us know which moment had you gasping the hardest, and whether you believe peace will hold or if the next bombshell is just around the corner. If this backstage battlefield had you on the edge of your seat, smash that like button to show your support, and subscribe so you never miss a single frame of the action. Ring the bell to get notified the instant our next exclusive leak goes live, because, trust us, you won't want to blink when the next backstage bombshell drops. Your voice matters in this saga of loyalty, rivalry, and raw emotion, so speak out, dive into debate, and be part of the drama right here, where the real show happens behind the scenes.